All right, well, let's go and get into it. Hey, so off the rip, man, we're gonna, speak on it. So y'all seen what happened on the internet over the weekend, so we're gonna talk about it. Brittany Renner, Charleston White.
I've been waiting to talk about this.
It was I don't want to say it was a show, but
it was.
She, everything happened. She twerked on him. She kicked some bottles over. She threw water. Real quick, Judy, did you see what happened with Brittany Renner and Charleston White?
Yeah, I seen it briefly.
I'm curious of your thoughts off the rip as you are a guest on today's show. What are your thoughts when you see something like what Brittany Renner did with Charleston White, did with that podcast, and just how she conducted herself?
I just feel like it's a lot of cokeheads out here. I don't know what's going on. Either it was for, social media so she can be out there a little bit more,
keep your nose clean,
she was on some coke. That's all I could say from it.
You seen someone like that on coke before? Like,
yeah.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel it was strictly alcohol. When she said, "Give me one more shot," it was alcohol and Red Bull.
Y'all think it was alcohol?
Can I say something?
She said she took another shot.
Yeah, your shirt unbuttoned, nigga. You might as well talk.
Oh, I've only seen.
That sounds like hate in your throat.
I've only seen my partner get water thrown on him one time. He didn't do shit. We're not gonna say any names, but we know who you are.
I think that she really is just following behind the reputation that she has always had.
He was just like Charleston White in that video.
Being scandalous. That's what I think.
She was scandalous, but do y'all feel Charleston White was sexually assaulted?
Absolutely.
What?
Because let it would have been a man fondling her titties and all hell would have broke loose. They'd have canceled that nigga.
Man, that nigga Charleston White was having the time of his life.
Did he have the time of his life? Yes. But from a general perspective of her randomly without permission doing that, had it been a nigga doing it to a woman, they'd have canceled it. And I hate this double standard. That shit ain't fair.
Judy, what's your thoughts? You feel that was assault? Did you see a man get assaulted?
I feel like he wasn't comfortable. Like, it's Charleston White. Like, he be out here, so.
He said he out here.
I don't feel like he was comfortable at that point.
She also looked like she had a little rash down there. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but that seemed to be uncomfortable.
If I did that to you, what would you do?
I'd pull out some dollars. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
You gonna get paid for working over here.
My dick would have been rock hard on that podcast. That bitch would have started doing all that shit. Pour that water.
And they'd have canceled your ass.
Pour some more water on me.
They'd have been that aggressive?
Huh?
You liked that?
Yeah.
Do I like them that aggressive?
lie.
No, but I'm not gonna be with you. See, that type of aggression is you just fuck them and leave them alone. You don't be with that person.
That type of aggression look like they gonna call the police as soon as you even try something.
Yeah, I got a hit of crazy with that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I got a little hit of crazy. Just seeing the way she was moving. I'm like,
So
she was definitely off her rocker just a little bit.
So all females ain't crazy?
No, it took her to, she easily got crazy. You're supposed to know how to act professional in a professional place. She lost her shit so quickly.
Anytime a female gets
So
doing all that
quickly?
hollering.
How long was that podcast?
I seen 40 minutes of it, but she beefing with everyone in the room. Every male in the room, she beefing. She throwing water bottles. She kicking shit over. You gotta watch the whole shit.
She's yelling
You don't know what it's like to have a
aggressively?
second degree tear?
No.
Yeah. Do you know what a second degree tear is?
I've been constipated.
You don't know what a second degree tear
I've been
is.
constipated like a motherfucker.
You ain't never.
Not constipated.
She should not constipated.
First off,
No, I don't know what a second degree
First
tear
off,
is,
that has nothing to do. The fact that you even tried to say
Wait. Educate us.
Yeah, educate us.
a second degree tear, when a woman is giving birth, there is a tear that can happen. A second degree tear is when it tears your vagina and it can go almost
to
halfway
your booty hole.
to your anus. So she had a second degree tear, so there was a tear in the vagina and it almost made its way to her anus. A fourth degree tear is when it makes it all the way into the anus and they have to get
They
stitches
sew you
anyway.
up.
They have to sew you back
He's
up.
being very politically correct. You literally tear from your poochie hole to your booty hole. And they have to sew you up, literally.
So when a woman-
your taint area, they sew you up.
Huh?
Who you blaming for that?
No, but her thing is
She was blaming it on the baby or the man?
The baby.
she's blaming it on life, but that's not the point. when you get that drunk and you start saying, "Do you know what it's like to have a second-degree tear?"
No. Why did she get that upset? Then boys asked her about her status with the BJ, what's his name? PJ Washington. They asked her, what's your status?
I'm sorry, who's this person in the audience? No, I'm just playing. Shout out to Nikki J.
They literally asked her, what's her status? And I think she said, I don't even want to be talking about my baby daddy. So they asked her a question that triggered her.
I mean, but who
Wait a minute, hold on. Can I chime in?
Please.
See, I hate when people do that type of shit. Don't get on the internet or get on no podcast talking about what you do or don't want to talk about. You have made a mockery and made your fame over the last couple of years behind talking about how you married and trapped this nigga into a motherfucking baby. So for you to get on a podcast and be like, oh, I don't want to talk about the one thing that I've been publicly talking about that has furthered my career on social media is crazy to me. That's all I want to talk about.
But if I say I don't want to talk about it and then you talk about it, don't get surprised when I pour some water on your shit.
No, have a little decorum, because who pours water or what grown person pours water on another grown person because you mad at what a nigga say? Come on now.
I paid you them racks. You pour some motherfucking water on me. That podcast wasn't even going out.
Listen.
And I need my money back.
A wise man once said, fuck your couch. Rick James.
What?
No, I'm not, fuck your facility.
Are you drunk?
Yeah. Fuck your
James say
facility.
that?
If I told you don't do something, you do
I don't
it.
think Rick James himself said
Man,
that.
if Judy came in and said, hey, I don't want to talk about this on an interview, and we start asking her directly about that, she's liable. You can do whatever you want.
No, you cannot do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. But you can do whatever you want.
We had to ask you a question that you didn't want to get.
Because
Okay.
you mentioned
That you specifically said.
shout out, we did just, we wrapped up an interview with you.
It was a
And
great
you did
interview.
mention a couple things that you, in the beginning, that you didn't want to speak about.
Right.
I won't mention them, but you said that you didn't want to speak of those
So
things.
for me, I do get a little crazy. I probably would have showed out myself.
You'd have poured a drink on somebody?
I probably would have did worse than that.
Would you have twerked on Charleston White in anger?
In anger,
She wasn't angry.
Or no, just in lust, I guess. I don't know.
Would you have twerked on fast? Out of anger.
Not in
Damn,
anger.
what's wrong with me?
Okay.
Oh.
Out of anger?
I'm not twerking for anger.
You're not twerking for anger.
Oh. What about happiness? I'm just trying to get twerked
Happiness,
on.
yeah. Just a little twerking. Just a little twerking. Do you have a problem with her twerking on Charleston White? Do you have a problem with that? Do you see anything wrong with that?
I just feel like he wasn't comfortable with it. Like if she was doing it in a better way, like Charleston White is Charleston White. He would have been, comfortable with it himself.
She looked
You
uncomfortable.
would like to see
though.
him touch
Yeah.
her or something? What would you like to have seen? Like,
It's Charleston White. He would have been like,
hey.
you know what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
was not into. He looking like, what the fuck going on?
And she looked uncomfortable. Like it didn't flow.
She forced it.
Yeah, it didn't
That's why
flow.
it's sexual harassment. That's why she assaulted him.
You're going to jail.
That was sexual harassment. Charleston, you got a check coming, bro. I'm letting you know. Just
So would you go get that chick?
from her baby daddy, yes. Nigga, that
You gonna get it-
BJ Washington money? Nigga, send that.
You gonna sue the baby daddy directly?
No, sue her to get the baby daddy money, nigga. $48 million. That's our
Snitch.
money now.
Ooh.
He got $48 million.
He paid her $2,500 a month.
Exactly. So you see why she talking about the tear. Cause she was
No.
she was upset.
No. Let's see.
She
I
played the game wrong.
don't have
She did it all
no
wrong.
sympathy. I don't have no sympathy. I said this the other day. 3 years ago, 3 years ago, you cocked your legs up in that car talking about how basketball players is the easy ones to trap, and if you want to be paid for the rest of your life, trap you a ball player, and how you was gonna get the money, and how it was all easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Now, fast forward, you done got this tear. And you done found out that, baby, the bag ain't bagging the way you thought it was gonna be, and you want somebody to have sympathy for you. Nah, baby, you played the game. You didn't pass go. You didn't collect your $200.
Wait.
Hey, Brittany, hey, hold on.
It didn't happen like
Judy,
that.
how would you have acted if you had a baby with a ball player? He cheated on you, whatever you say happened. You settle for the $2,500 a month or whatever. I got custody of my kid. Just pay me $2,500, and then he gets a $48 million deal later in life. And
She
you
only
don't.
getting $2,500 a month.
Let's just say
What the
hypothetically.
fuck?
Yeah, hypothetically, that's what you signed up for. That's what he wasn't producing on his last team, but now he's $48 million.
Now be clear, you never married him for money.
Right.
You had a plan.
Baby, I would have lost my motherfucking mind. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Right, like you would have probably twerked on Charleston White and threw some water on some niggas.
Yeah, I would have lost my motherfucking
I'm
mind.
telling you. And that's what the niggas brought out of her. They said, don't talk about his deal. And then they brought up the deal. Like, what do you think about his deal? And she like, whatever deal he deserves. And then she lost her shit.
Let's question.
Right.
Why you not married no more?
That's really the question. That's
Because
the real
baby,
question.
if you really cared about the money, nigga, cheat. Fuck, huh? Please. I'm in a
But you black
multi-million-dollar
women.
house. Please.
Ooh, black women.
First of all, listen. It would never be me.
You Indian, so that might be your Indian side.
No,
Yeah, come on,
I
goddamn
just
it.
understand what it's like to be with a
Come
high
on,
value
goddamn
man.
stool.
That's all that is.
Bring Nigga J in.
Ask about Tristan Thompson baby mama. Y'all heard about that?
Which one?
George.
I don't know nothing about
And
that.
that's
Jordan.
Nothing about it.
The one that got the fort that she
really her thing.
Yeah.
She can always be sure to get her money on child support.
Yeah, I read
She's
that the other day.
So she can basically, if he don't make as much money as he making one day, she can sell his property that he buys to get her child support. No matter how many kids he has, like she
Oh
she
my God.
put it away. She don't make no money.
That's Nigga J talking off camera. That's entrapment. That's fucked up.
No, that's
nigga.
what happened when you marry
Nigga,
a deal with a white
We
woman.
on First 48. We on forensic files. Nah.
Ray
Nigga,
Caruth.
What? No.
Ray Caruth,
Yeah, what the fuck? And I'm supposed to keep working?
O.J. Simpson.
Ladies, what percentage of a man's income should y'all be entitled to after y'all disperse, break up?
I'm gonna go ahead and let you go first.
Tread lightly.
Tread lightly,
Go
Angel.
first. Okay, so I feel like it should be the same whenever you was with them.
If y'all put you should have 50% of his income?
Not 50%, but whatever he was giving you during the time that y'all was together. If there are kids involved.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. Ain't no kids involved. What the fuck I need something for?
Spousal support. You gotta keep
We were married. Were we married?
5 years married, yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need something. But I don't need all of it. You know, I'm gonna need at least how much money you got?
Now, I'm gonna tell you the realest shit I heard. This nigga Earthquake said, if I met you and I had 5 million, and when we break up I have 75 million, I owe you 37 million. I owe you 37 million. But if I met you and I have 5 million and we break up and I have 5 million, bitch, I don't owe you shit. We didn't flourish. We didn't come up.
Boom.
Nigga, I stopped working. Nigga, whatever I owe you, I'm not working. I'm getting out the mud now. We hustling. We back on the block, nigga.
You know
All
what?
untaxable income.
I feel like, I always go against the grain. If there are no children, I think if I left, if we have no children and I left,
You leave?
I would never leave.
Question
But
of
this
life.
is just you're a
Yeah, shut
successful man.
I was just checking.
Shut the fuck up.
If you're a successful
Shut up, Hat
man,
Man.
and if you're a successful man, and if it's not violent, like, oh, you're beating me within an inch of my life, like my actual physical life is in danger.
So you'll take a little slap?
if
Yeah, like within a foot of your life, I guess.
Yeah, you know that. No, but if I leave because maybe infidelity, or I leave because I just don't like you no more, or I leave because I'm bored, I don't feel like that man, no matter how much money he has, should be obligated to sustain my lifestyle without no children.
Yeah.
Why did I leave?
What you saying? If you were the problem, you should not get compensated for being the problem.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
real.
Like,
That makes sense.
why I left you for reasons outside of my life being in danger, but you as the man are supposed to still support me as if then stay married and put the bullshit to the side. Why should that man be obligated to keep up your lifestyle when you decided to leave for your own reasons? No, I think that that's unfair. If there is a child involved and I decide to leave for my own reasons, I feel like that child should be taken care of, but that does not mean that I should be living the exact same lifestyle that I was living when I was married to you. I decided to leave. I knew what came along with me leaving. So with that being said, if I want my child to live the same lifestyle he was living when we was married, he needs to go live with you where you're still living the lifestyle. But I chose to leave. Now, if you leave me and I've done nothing to you, pay up.
Hey,
See-
we recorded all this, right?
Hold on.
Shout out all the women that's paying child support.
So check this out though. Shit, even if you got the child, shit, you still should just kind of get it how you live.
I mean,
To a certain extent.
Yeah, nigga, what the fuck?
Like, you have a child here.
hey.
So I do feel like to a certain extent, yes, you should support, but no, not to the extent of like, oh, since he was 2, he was living in a mansion and I'm not with you no more. No, bitch, go find an apartment.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Hey.